Okay, so this is exercise 11. They give you this function, y equals this, and they want you to find y prime. And so you can see right away we're going to need the quotient rule. And I'm going to write down my little reminder of the quotient rule in shorthand, my personal shorthand. It's denominator times the derivative of the numerator, and I just call that n prime, minus n times d prime all over d squared. But we'll get to that. The first thing to do is to find n prime and d prime. So let's start with n prime. We've got e equals x to the negative 1. This is the numerator, so we'll just say n equals e times x to the negative 1. And let's remember the protocol I use. You make your little table here, let and then. The simplest function I see is x to the negative 1. So let p equal x to the negative 1. Then dp dx equals negative x to the negative 2. Okay? And then we go back and plug in p. So that's n equals ep. Well, the nice thing about this function is the derivative equals the function. So dn dp equals ep. And so we're ready to find the derivative of the numerator in terms of x. Remember, dn over dx equals dn over dp times dp dx. The dp's are going to cancel out. And we plug in dn dp. Well, that's right here. So it's ep times dp dx, negative x to the negative 2. And then we just have to plug in for p again. So it's e to the x to the negative 1 times negative x to the negative 2. Now dd dx, that's easy. That's just 2x, right? So that's easy. So the denominator times the derivative of the numerator is, so d squared equals x to the 4th times dn dx, which is e times x to the negative 1 times minus x to the negative 2 minus the numerator, e to the x to the minus 1 times the derivative of the denominator, which we said is 2x over x to the 4th. And I'm sorry I wrote x to the 4th up here. That's the denominator. This is x squared. This is x squared. The denominator is the denominator squared, which is x to the 4th. So sorry about that. So notice that you can simplify the first term up here. X squared times x to the negative 2 gives you x to the 0. So you wind up, the only thing this contributes is a negative sign. So simplifying this, we get negative e to the x minus 1 minus 2x times e to the x minus 1 all over x to the 4th. And I suppose you could simplify that a little bit by factoring out a negative negative e to the x minus 1 times 1 minus 2x over x to the fourth. I think that's right. I hope that's right. Okay,